Welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And you are with us now for Chris Eubank Jr. versus Marcus Morrison. No, not Return of the Mac. But before we get to that, we're going to have a little bit of this.
Are you ready?
So welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations, and a bit of Supreme CBD. So, comments already. Stephen, give us a chance. You're already in, mate. Looking forward to seeing any improvement, if any, under Roy.
Yeah.
Well,
I see Daddy is sitting in the audience, resplendent as ever.
With Roy the other day, and he turned around and said, sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. And I thought, you're working with Chris Eubank Jr. What were you expecting? Tommy's joined us. Hello.
Hey, Tommy.
Hello. He sat opposite me on the chair.
Well, Tommy, have you gambled all your money away yet, Tommy?
He hasn't got any money. So yeah, Ender, what's your prediction for this one? And just quickly before you give it, if you're with us for the first time, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and check out the rest of the content. We did have the interview with Marcus Morrison the other day and Joe Gallagher, so check both of those out. Two great interviews. Ender,
screenshot when you subscribe and post under the Twitter post for the CBD oil gummies, and you could win them because that draw is tonight.
Yeah.
What time tonight? Is it after this? After the...
No, I reckon we'll do it after the Taylor Jonas fight. I think we'll do that.
I thought you meant, is it after the first heavyweight fight or the second heavyweight fight? The one at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that'd be fair. So, Tommy's put, I can imagine his voice now. I have £2.
I have £2.
So,
well, if you got those £2...
What's your prediction?
My prediction? Did I not give it to you?
No.
I said it would be Eubank by points, I think I said. What's your prediction?
I thought you said knockout.
Yeah, probably knockout.
As much as my heart says Marcus Morrison to
win,
I'd
love if Marcus Morrison absolutely.
I'd love to see it, and to be fair,
I'd love it if we beat them. Love it.
But when you look at these stats, Chris Eubank Jr. 31 fights, 29 wins, 22 knockouts. Marcus Morrison 26 fights, 23 wins, 16 knockouts. So between them, the knockout power is there. So it's going to be an interesting one. And you see in the corner there, Jumbo.
Absolutely.
We love Jumbo. Jumbo's a friend of the channel. We love Jumbo.
And he even has it on his shirt, Jumbo Boxing.
Yeah, top guy. I'm going to ask him for one of those T-shirts.
But I really like my T-shirt, the Inclusive Hub in Liverpool. They do great work. Yeah. But I'm sorry, guys, I'm not shouting for the Liverpool lads tonight.
Well, as I say, head over to Twitter if you are on there and give them a like. They're doing some amazing work. Really lovely.
And check out the videos. It's just brilliant the work they're doing with kids.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely brilliant. So check it out.
And if you have a few quid, you can always give them some money.
Yes. My wife has put, come on, Morrison, take that smug look off Eubank's chops.
Absolutely.
So here we go.
Return of the Mac.
Round one. Here we go, baby. So
now, if you're in on 3 or whatever, that's because our broadcast takes a while to get to you. And not because we're on dodgy streams.
Here we go. Travis Taylor Miller. Eubank's got Roy Jones Jr. in his corner, so I got to rock with him. Like Roy, and most have forgot. Yeah, definitely. Tommy's put Lidl or Morrison's.
We don't have Morrison's in Ireland, but I live right beside Lidl, so I'm all about Lidl.
He's got problems. Stephen. Done. Never tried the gummies, but I'm on the 12,000 milligram oil, and it's great for sleep, anxiety, joint pain, etc., etc. Get on it. Yeah, definitely.
Even for those kind of ads, you've got to pay us.
Yeah, it definitely helps me with sleep because I've been having it in the mornings and at night time, and it helps me with nice sleep.
That's where it's up and go.
Great. So I'm going to fill you full of CBD oil tonight. I'm over.
Well, there you go. What are gummies? They're the sweets, mate.
Sweets.
Yeah, it's all about the sweets.
Check it out on Joel's Twitter, JG Fight Talk. There's a picture of them.
Yeah.
So take a picture of your subscription page on YouTube, take a screenshot of it, and tweet it.
We're in round one.
Oh yeah, there's boxing on.
Yeah, Eubank Jr, Morrison. It's an intriguing one, this, because a lot of people have gone with Morrison. A lot of people are sticking with the next gen power of Chris Eubank Jr.
Is he powered by CBD oil? Oh no, that's Fowler. Anthony Fowler. Eubank Jr. looks very bulky, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
In fact, they both look very muscular.
Oh, look. We have Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hi. Mommy's in the background.
So, yeah. It's all good.
Who's Charlie got, Eubank or Morrison?
Do you want Eubank or Morrison?
Yeah,
Morrison.
good job.
Hey!
So we got Mr. Arsenal. Oh, hang on. That one's shot in. The Mr. Arsenal podcast. Hello, Ryan. Evening, gents.
Evening, Ryan.
Nice
How are
to see
you?
Ryan. Glad you're
Ryan's
okay.
in here, obviously, to chat up the wife.
Yeah, and as we say, check out Ryan's channel. Great Arsenal show he's got going on down there. Does a live watch-alongs. Really top guy. Give him a subscribe, but also give us a subscribe as well. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Charlie, the next bantamweight champion.
Oh.
There you go.
What do you say to that? Say thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
Go on, Charlie. Charlie the champ. Right, who did you give that round to?
I genuinely, Morrison.
So did I.
And I thought we were going to agree on that one, to be honest. So, yeah. First round to Morrison. Come on, my son. Not you, Charlie. And, yeah. Oh, we've got a Charlie in the chat. Charlie B. Evening, lads.
More Charlies.
Look at Charlie.
Say hi, Charlie.
Charlie at a night out in a gay club.
Hi, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
It's all about the Charlie tonight, guys.
Oh, dear. It's all about the Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. I'm Charlie.
So, yeah.
Where were you while we were getting high? Someday you will find me out between the landslides.
It is frozen.
It's a very cagey affair, isn't it?
It's not as dominant, and I know
It's like watching two bodybuilders fight.
it's not as dominant as one might think it was going to be. Do you know what I mean? It was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Eubank isn't throwing much and he isn't landing what he's throwing, so.
A few shots to the back of the head there as well. Charlie's, but no, it's Lottie. I don't know why it came up like that. Fair enough. Yeah, a lot of people have found that with Periscope. It will put up an old username or something like that.
Yeah.
Gail had that trouble as well.
Tommy's gone for Eubank
round two. So,
nope.
well,
Oh,
Tommy's hoping. I can't stand Eubank Jr.
There's a fan club.
Is what Ryan's put.
Or an anti-fan club.
But no Morrison to win. Stephen, will you do a Europa watch-along if lucky enough to meet us in final?
No, that's Mr. Arsenal will.
Yeah, this
will
channel
do one.
here on the screen now. Ryan will do it.
Ryan does the Europa watch along. We're a boxing channel, but something tells me it's going to be Good Evening versus little Norwegian substitute.
There we go. Well, I have to say, Morrison took a lot.
If we do get to the final, watch it on the Mr. Arsenal podcast.
Yeah, Morrison took a lot of shots there.
Yeah, I think Eubanks won this round for me.
Yeah, but
and he got clean flush in the face there again.
I don't think it's the dominant performance everyone thought, because everyone was thinking.
I think Eubank is really starting to pull away now. The end of that round, and I mean Morrison looks a bit shook or something. So now I have 19 all.
He took some heavy shots there.
Yeah. So the other chap, he said Eubank round 2. Well, that's wrong. So he's lost his £2. By the way, you owe me them £2.
Ryan's put, if we get to the final, I'm getting the whole band together, which includes these two for the watch along. Is that okay, Stephen? Yeah.
Got the old band's back together. Even
to be fair, the whole band probably will get back together if we get in the final.
Well, you can promise Pope John fucking Paul, I'd say, for the odds of Arsenal getting to the final.
But who knows? Yeah, give us a shout, and I'm sure we'll be
great night. It'll be a great night on Ryan's channel if we get to the final. Everybody join in. And we'll all be watching at different times.
We've got Marcus Birch, who's joined. He's a good friend of ours. Just subscribe to the channel and looking forward to seeing more content. Thanks, Marcus.
Absolutely. Well, don't forget the screenshot to win the CBD oil jellies on at JG's Fight Talk on Twitter.
So round 3, Eubank Jr. is really doing what he does best here. You know, the hands, the combinations are going really well now. He's got he's a lot better movement than he used to have. Not so static.
Yeah, well, I think obviously that's working with Roy Jones, because Roy Jones always had good movement for a heavy boxer, for a boxer up after heavier weights. And and he even called in Morrison. He told Morrison to come here till I hit you harder. But, Eubank really turning on the style here. Yeah,
the problem is you don't want to end up getting too cocky.
But it's funny, because Eubank Jr. looks heavier than Bivol. And this is a lighter weight.
Yeah, it's one of those that they don't want to commit, do they? It's one of those. We've got Magnafly. Love it. Hi, guys. I'm in Texas at work.
He's in Texas at work. He can't watch the fight. Thanks for the commentary.
Honestly, no problem at all. Thanks for tuning in.
Don't worry, I'll decipher it, because Joel is finishing Stig at a Dump this week, and he's really looking forward to the last few pages.
I'm still on Not Now Bernard, to be honest. You can definitely.
Yes, I agree, Stephen.
Yeah, the raw effect.
Like Joel said there, his movement's greatly improved.
But
as much as we hate to see
Magnifly, if you're watching us for the first time, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk, and stay with us. We'll be doing each fight tonight. So if you're at work, mate, honestly, listen in. We'll guide you through the evening, right the way through, and then we're going to be here for Andy Ruiz versus Areola at 4 o'clock in the morning as well, because we're mad.
Which is about 10 o'clock Texas time.
So yeah, it's all good. So, who do you give that round to?
Oh, Eubank Jr. again.
Yeah.
Are you finished this round?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got like 13 seconds left.
Mr. Arsenal podcast, he's put Joel still reading Cat in the Hat. Ryan, I don't find you very funny.
I find it very funny.
Thanks, Ender. Magnifly has put awesome, thanks. No problem at all, mate. And thanks for tuning in. But we've got some great fights on the card tonight. We've also got Campbell Hatton to come. We've
got great fights and we've Campbell Hatton to come. They're two separate statements.
Well, to be fair, we like Campbell.
We like him more if he'd answer our fucking tweets.
We've got the big one, Taylor versus Jonas, and then we've got Chisora versus Parker. So great fights to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
Campbell Hatton's on next, isn't he?
Rachel
finds he's funny. Is that when you showed her your willy?
Yeah. When we said send the pictures in, Ryan, we didn't mean that.
And Rachel had a great laugh.
But no, you're with us in round 4. And to be fair, Marcus Morrison still in the fight. He's doing really well. So I think good contest so far. To be fair, I think Marcus Morrison is really showing that he's in there for the fight, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's definitely come back into it. And if I was Chris Eubank Jr., I wouldn't have been allowing him to come back into it.
Yeah, after round 2, I thought Eubank looked like he could have had the potential to take him out there, and he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
And to be fair, he would have done back in the day.
Eubank Jr.?
Yeah, I think if he was very quick to try and get the job done, wasn't he, back in the day? But
now I see what you mean.
I think maybe Roy Jones Jr. being in the corner, I think he's probably said, "Look, take your time.
Take your time, yeah, and we'll
if it presents itself, fully, then take it." But I thought he had Morrison on the ropes and could have got him out there, but there we go. So
Morrison seemed to turn his back and run there, but the referee didn't seem to mind.
But they're trading well. I have to say they are trading well. And
yeah, but Eubank is trying to
Stevens put, I agree, Joel. We've got Colin Patton. Thanks for coming in, Colin. Who's winning? Well, currently, for us, we're in round 4, but we reckon Morrison took the first round. Eubank Jr.'s taken the next 2. So currently in round 4, more even round, to be fair. More even round. Round 4, isn't it?
Well, I give it more to Eubank, but I mean, great body shot from Eubank there.
Yeah, you definitely need a sense of humour being an Arsenal fan, Ryan. You're not wrong there, mate. Yeah. Especially at the moment.
But then, if you're a Liverpool fan, you wait 30 years for a title and you can't even celebrate because of COVID.
But hey,
the next year you actually fuck up your defence. So what happens? I think if Man United lose tomorrow, Man City have won the league.
Yeah, Collins, but thanks. Kind of hoping Morrison wins, mate.
We're all kind of hoping Morrison wins, but I don't think
you're on your own there, Colin. I think there's quite a few people that are, we had an interview with Marcus a couple of weeks ago, and he basically turned around and he said, well, the question to him was, there's a lot of people out there that want you to knock Eubank out. So, and he said, yeah, no, I am fully aware of that. So, yeah.
That was a nice jab from Morrison there. But he does strange things. He jabs and then he kind of throws his hands in the air and just runs back out of the way. I'm giving that one to Eubank again.
Not a bad fight so far.
It's okay.
Yeah, Troy Williamson, who we had on the other day. Thursday evening, who had his fight yesterday. Brilliant finish for Troy Williamson yesterday. Massive shout out to Troy, good friend of the channel. And,
absolutely. I mean, if you can catch Troy's finish on any of the social media, or if you've access to BT, you can see the whole fight again. In the UK, in Ireland, I don't know how it works, but on the BT media platforms. They've all these wonderful ways to rewatch fights and everything.
Well,
But
he's coming back on soon, he said. So, yeah, and I have challenged him to FIFA. I did it on Instagram today, and he said, anytime, mate, no problem at all, anytime. So I think we might have a JG's little trip against Troy
you get
Williamson.
all the fun bits.
To be fair, he's put, why is Morrison not throwing back? So even he's picked it up there, Ender.
Yeah.
We got Stephen. If Eubank could mix that movement with the intensity and work rate he had, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's.
I think he's probably been told to pace it. You know,
Yeah.
Morrison's got that knockout power, but he needs to do more. He needs to do more.
Well, there's some trading here, but Morrison's missing and Eubank's catching him. But now Eubank kind of went in head first there, so maybe Morrison did catch him and I missed that.
I tell you, he's marking up quite a fair bit, both of them.
Yeah,
Eubank's
that was an excellent jab from Eubank there, caught Morrison.
But yeah, Matthew Mackin's card, he's got it 38 all.
Okay, well, it's only one off us, so he's obviously given Morrison a round that we haven't.
Yeah, he gave him the last round.
Okay.
Which we said, didn't we, was kind of that round where it was more even.
Well, this round to me is more towards Morrison than the last one, so...
Do you know what, though? They are standing toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring. No one's
really
up.
are.
It's Morrison's holding his guard very low, though.
They both are. I think Morrison is goading Eubank because Eubank was goading Morrison, so it's a real kind of
tit for tat sort of fight, isn't
it?
You know, you do this, I can do the same.
I'm able for you. Come on, throw it. Hit me with your best shot, kind of a thing.
But Morrison needs to land more.
He really does.
It's all, fair and well doing that, but if you're not backing it up and getting those point-scoring punches, you'll just lose rounds.
Exactly, because Eubank, in fairness, he's throwing out that jab, and if that's all that's happening, he's the only one that's going to score.
Yeah, I think Morrison's looking to land that big shot, isn't he?
Yeah.
And but the problem is he's
because he's not even throwing the jab; he's just throwing out the right hand. So he's feinting the jab and then throwing the right, and then missing completely with the left hook.
If you're watching this with us, stick in the comments how you see the fight going. Who would you like to win the fight, but who do you think is going to win the fight? Also, we've got the other fights coming up. Campbell Hatton's second fight against Levi Dunn, and then we've got Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas, and Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker. So let us know your comments on those fights. Give us your predictions. If you're with us for the first time, head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk, and check out the rest of the content when you're not watching the live watch-along.
So, well, I've given that round to Morrison, so now I have it Eubank 48, Morrison 47.
Morrison landed better shots, but he kind of tailed off towards the end of that round, so that the judges might see it differently.
Well, how do you see it, was how I asked.
Well, I just told you it was a Morrison round.
Sorry, I didn't hear that bit.
Goodness sake. Lingardo.
Because I said it was a Morrison round. Because I said it was a Morrison round. I should have forgotten. You heard what I said.
Sorry, mate. Morrison is playing defensive, and when the time comes, he will land a strong hit. I hope you're right, but the problem is there's waiting around and there's being caught while you're waiting to land that big shot, and you can end up losing the round so quickly, and they mount up.
And to me, Eubank looks like the stronger fighter.
Magnify. I'm a Eubank fan, but I'm aware that he and his dad are not well liked over there.
Yeah, cockiness is a trait not liked in Britain and Ireland, where in America it's lauded and loved.
The thing is, though, Eubank, he kind of backed it up, didn't he?
Well, he hasn't. Eubank Sr.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. But Eubank Jr. hasn't.
He kind of became more cocky over time because the hype was there, where Eubank Jr.'s come in cocky. So, yeah, it's kind of how
there's a nice job by Morrison.
Good land with a shot there by Eubank Jr. though. I want Eubank to win, Tommy's put. I think he's done that just to annoy his mum. But yeah.
I know how to annoy his mum. Invite Ryan over for dinner. No, that annoys his dad.
Not really. We'd love to see Morrison pull it off. Came across really well in your interview. Unfortunately, I can't see it. Can't just rely on the big shot. Needs to work more. Well, this isn't looking good for Morrison. Oh, great shot back though. Great body shots by Morrison, but Eubank's now unloading. Big shots. Morrison
Eubank is really just
needed to there because that was dangerous on the ropes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morrison's face is looking rather battered now. No phone credit for you now, Tommy. Yeah, remember where your bread's buttered, mate.
Don't worry, Tommy. It's still free to ring Childline.
Yeah.
Mommy.
But no, it's definitely looking like a Chris Eubank round, this one. Definitely turned up the pressure on this one. But Marcus Morrison still in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lingardinho, Eubank coming in with some great combinations.
Yeah. So I have it 58-56 after 6. What way do you have it, Joel?
Well, it was definitely a Eubank round. I've got 4 rounds to Eubank Jr., 2 rounds to Morrison.
So the same.
Yeah. Well, we'll see whether Matthew Macklin agrees. He had a draw though, didn't he, up to 4 rounds? Jerry James, thanks for joining us, Jerry. If you're with us for the first time.
We're going into round 7, Jerry.
Yeah, head over to the YouTube channel, type in JG's Fight Talk, hit the subscribe button and check out the content. And stay with us, Jerry. Round 7. Up to this point, we're scoring it as Eubank's up on the cards at the moment. But quite a good fight, actually. Morrison does throw some good shots. He's just trying to wind himself up enough to land that big shot. And he's hanging about a bit too long where Eubank's landing those shots and getting the points. So,
yeah.
Jerry's put, nice one, lads. Yeah, no, honestly, thanks for tuning in, Jerry.
And in fairness to Eubank, his ring movement has improved. His ring generalmanship. That's down to Jones Jr., no doubt.
But yeah, good fight so far. Marcus Morrison is looking worse for wear, don't get me wrong.
I wish he'd throw out something, though. He's waiting too much.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know what he's waiting for because Eubank's got a hell of an engine and he'll just keep going. So you've almost just got to take your chance, haven't you?
Because I think that's what Jones has put into him. He's kind of slowed him down and put a bit of stamina into him.
You've got to, haven't you?
There's 2 shots to the body, 3 shots to the body from Eubank now. But Morrison hits back with a jab.
Yeah, it's a very fair contest. I think 2 good fighters coming together. They're just kind of showing what level they're going to go to next, really.
And Morrison there with another jab, and Morrison just misses with a bit of a wild uppercut. To be fair, I was going to say Jones got out of there. Eubank got out of there pretty swift.
Yeah. Blimey, yeah. There's some. Morrison's trying to, even if you just put the pressure on more, show a bit more. Sometimes that can work for the judges, can't it? So
yeah.
But you've got to commit to the fight, and well, we've got a while to go yet, haven't we?
Well, there's 5 rounds left after this, so this is the start of the second half of the fight. And again, Morrison seems to throw wildly, and then Eubank is just unleashing a world full of pain right now, and Morrison takes it and then rushes him.
Cool, yeah, some
And the
big
referee warns Eubank for use of the elbow.
Did he take a point though, or
No, he didn't.
Lingardino has put who's winning on points? Currently,
We've Eubank
Jr.
ahead by 2.
Yeah, Eubank Jr. According to our points scoring anyway, the judges could be anything based on what the last fight came. So
yeah. Well, there's the end of that round. And how did you score that one, Joel?
it's definitely a Eubank Jr. round.
And I'm giving it to Morrison.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I just think Eubank Jr. did.
Don't do that. It hurts.
I'll tell you, it does hurt. But I think he just did more. And there we go, Katie Taylor.
Go, Katie.
So, just getting the hands wrapped now.
Okay.
So now I have Eubank ahead by 1 and you have Eubank ahead by 3.
Yeah.
And what do we see there? We see an absolute great work by Eubank going in. And why did you give that round to Morrison? But I thought Morrison was doing, apart from that flurry from Eubank, I thought Morrison was doing good work in the round. So here we are in round 8.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he threw some big shots there.
He did. But I thought Morrison threw
Morrison
shots
wants to get on
outside of
with
that
it, doesn't he?
flurry.
He really
Sorry?
wants to get on with it, Marcus Morrison, doesn't he?
He really
He
should,
bursts out
because
the corner, and I think Joe's probably saying, "Look, you've got to start landing these shots, otherwise he's going to win
yeah.
it." And to be fair, he's taking the Eubank.
Well, he's swinging more wildly now, but at least he's swinging, as the fella says, and swinging and missing. He's missed now 3 in a row, and Eubank has just absolutely smashed in a right hook there onto the ear of Morrison, which I know it landed on his glove, but it still left an impact. And Morrison's mouth, is it bleeding? Or his nose is bleeding?
I think it's the mouth has been bleeding for a bit. And I think it looks like it's not looking nice at the moment.
No.
C London has joined us. Thanks for joining us. What round? We're currently in round 8.
We're in round 8, halfway through round 8.
On the cards at the moment, we're pretty much we're pretty much going with Eubank Jr. at the moment. Stephen has I go Eubank that round as well. Need to roll the dice, Morrison. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would agree. But he did try it this time, and he's missed wildly in this round.
See London's that's the thumbs up.
Eubank looks more in control here.
Thanks for being with us. Head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and check out the rest of the content. But yeah, we'll see you through this fight. Then we'll be on to the Campbell Hatton, then the Taylor Jonas, and then the Chisora Parker. Good evening.
And then
Good
Sleepy, and then Ruiz.
Yeah.
And tomorrow then, Arsenal is playing at 2 o'clock against Newcastle, and you can do a watch along with Mr. Arsenal's podcast.
Yeah. There you go.
And Leinster is playing at 3:30 in rugby in the semi-final.
Arsenal and Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an unleash of pain here by Eubank.
Thing is, Morrison was just starting to build momentum, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Eubank comes out with a real flurry there.
Yeah.
But
like
Morrison,
Eubank tends to fight in these.
I'm going to be honest. Morrison still had a good round, but the more effective punches have been Eubank Jr. because he just makes Morrison fly back when he unloads.
Yeah, well, that's a Eubank round for me.
Lingardino, boxing on this channel and football on the other. Yeah, sorted, mate.
There you go. Now you know what to subscribe to. Mr. Arsenal podcast and JG's Fight Talk.
So
and then there's, if you want good analysis and previews of Arsenal, there's Over and Over and Over Again. That's another great Arsenal channel. And you've got Republic of Arsenal as well. That's another good Arsenal channel.
Albert JTV.
Albert JTV, there you go.
They literally, the channels don't stop. So check them out. And if you're not an Arsenal fan, check them out anyway. But there's plenty of football channels out there. But there's only
big
one
shout out to Boxing UK, Steve from Newcastle. That's another great channel. He's great on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I think there's John as well, isn't there? John that's got a Newcastle channel. Really lovely.
Sorry, and the soccer, yeah. But I was talking about the boxing. Yeah. John, there's Toon Army. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's some great stuff out there. But, yeah, you're with us for Eubank Jr versus Morrison. So,
yeah, and we both have Eubank ahead of the cards. I have him by 2 and Joel has him by 4, if my maths are correct.
So, yeah, he's starting to... Well, he's been dictating the fight for the last sort of 3 rounds.
That's a nice shot by Bivol, but sorry, Bivol, Jesus Christ, Morrison. I think Grandad needs to lie down for a while.
To be fair, at least you've moved on from Edwards.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I mean, how far behind am I when I'm?
You're on the same day now, which is really good.
Woohoo!
Yes, this is the best you've ever been. Stephen has put on some great channels out there. Yeah, there definitely is, Stephen. But the best one to be with is us. Tommy has put Eubank's stamina is very good.
It is.
Capital V, very good. I have to say,
I'm tasting that pizza.
Their faces are looking worn now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you would be. I mean, it has been a bit of a war of attrition.
I have to say, though, they've, at the weigh-in, I was really impressed with both physiques. They're both in top condition, these guys. And
I said it looked a bit more like bodybuilders, to be fair.
But yeah, good. It's been a good slugfest, doesn't it, to describe it, really. Morrison just needs more output, doesn't he?
He really does.
Hang on a sec. Jerry has put, can you see a knockout coming or Eubank win on points? At the moment, it looks like it's going for a Eubank on points. But you never know.
3 rounds left, so I mean...
You never know with Eubank.
Yeah.
Travis, I'm back. Who's winning? Chris Eubank Jr. currently.
We have Chris Eubank Jr.
on points. Stephen has put, Jesus, Ender. I didn't realise that was your name. I knew I was ahead of you, but not that much. Bivol, yeah, I agree, Joel, but I meant football channels. It's all right. We'll get to the Parker Chisora fight and we'll start talking about Chris Eubank Jr. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
Why don't the pair of you just go and fuck yourselves? You're not winning the fucking CBD sweets.
I like how you've taken over my competition though, Ender. That was really good.
Well, you weren't fucking doing much with it. One of us has to promote it. Mm-hmm.
And Stephen is now having a little giggle to himself. To be fair, thanks for tuning in, Stephen. Stephen is one of the people that actually is on here nearly every single time.
In fairness, if anyone deserves the fucking CBD oil, sweeties, it probably is Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen's a top guy.
He probably just likes to wind up me, which isn't difficult. I'm the easiest person in the world to wind up. So getting me annoyed isn't a difficult task or any achievement in life. So 87 to 84, I have it.
Yeah, I've got Eubank Jr. winning that one again.
So you're 89 to 80, or 88 to 83 then, yeah?
I've got, Eubank Jr. 7 rounds. 7 rounds to 2.
To 2?
Yeah. I think he's been... What have you got then?
Oh, yeah, sure. This is round 10. Yeah, 7 rounds to 2. I obviously then have it 6 rounds.
Ender, I don't know whether Stephen's talking to you, but he's put, I agree. Just give it to me.
Oh,
Is he talking about the sweets?
Oh, I'll give it to you, Stephen. Little
You're
Man
talking about
United.
the sweet, Stephen. I think you've
Yeah,
asked for
little
it now,
Man.
mate.
You'll be crying into
hang
your
on.
Man United jersey
Um,
afterwards.
Hang on. Eubank Jr, Morrison, Eubank Jr, 88, Morrison, 83 on Matthew Macklin's card. And Eubank Jr landed about 4 jabs in a row there.
Yeah. Well, I have an 87, 84, so.
But Matthew Macklin, as we say, generally wrong. So.
Well,
Marty G. Marty G. Eubank's strategy in this fight is bizarre to me. He had the choice for a knockout and didn't take it. Instead, he's taken some hard shots. Yeah, no, that's a fair comment.
it is a fair comment because, I mean, this is round 10.
Stevens per F offender. Give me the sweets.
No, normally the sweets is just a ruse. There is no sweets. That's the point of it. Would you like to help me find my dog, Stephen?
Don't get in the car. Boxing CP would love Morrison to spark Eubank out.
We've all loved that boxing CP.
We're all on that, mate. What sweets are they? They're CBD sweets. If you go onto Twitter and go to my pinned tweet on JG,
if you come to my car, I'll show you where the sweets are.
Don't go in his car. What round is it? We're
it's
currently
round 10 of 10.
We're in round 10 of 10. Morrison is looking very swelled and bloody face, isn't he? But to be fair, Eubank has taken, like Stephen was saying, is it Stephen? No, Marty G has taken more punishment than he's needed to when he could have got him out.
I think he was looking for a fight to go the distance because, you know, he's comfortable just moving and jabbing.
Yeah, and it's just showing the stamina he has got. And Morrison hasn't thrown as many as I thought he would have done. But yeah, still got a bit of the fight of round 10 to go. So there we go.
Eubank's just picking Morrison off at will now, but there's only 13 seconds left on my TV, so I think Morrison is safe. But it's going to be Eubank 97 to 93.
Yeah, Eubank's throwing some punches, isn't he?
There it is, all over.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, there we go.
You keep talking there. I'll go on mute and you can go wide because I'm going for a comfort break, as they say.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's the end of the fight between Chris Eubank Jr. and Marcus Morrison. Return of the Mac.
Marcus
Yeah, end of the fight there. Marcus Morrison's face is really, really quite bad. And yeah, there we go. Personally, it's a points win for Eubank Jr. Yeah, how do you see the fight? How did you see the fight, people? Let us know. Write it in the comments. Lingardinho has liked and subscribed. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Yeah, check out the rest of the content. Marty G, lads, Campbell Hatton by KO or points? I've got Campbell Hatton to do it by KO in the first 2 rounds. So, yeah, I think he'll get the job done. I don't know what Ender's gone for with Campbell Hatton. Are you going by KO or by points?
I'll probably stick with points again. I think Campbell Hatton even has just, you know, he's not quite at the level that Sky are pitching him at. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going on mute to find out.
Has just put big respect to Morrison. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I mean, Asda and Lidl and all the supermarkets.
Dear. He lasted a lot longer than people sort of gave him credit for when he took the fight, really. So hats off to him. Stephen has put, Joel, do you think he beats Charlo or Golovkin based on that? No.
Definitely not.
No.
In fact,
I'm still not convinced that Eubank Jr. is a world a world beat.
The only thing he's got going against Golovkin is Golovkin's age is going against him.
Yeah, but I even think when you look at the
I still think Golovkin's too much for him, but
yeah,
the only way
power,
that you
the power of Golovkin is unreal.
Yeah, and he can take so much punishment.
Oh, when you saw the shots that Canelo landed on him,
Right, I'm going to go mute and hear the score.
Yeah, no worries. So Tommy's putting here, good fight, Eubank, won that for sure. Yeah, 100%. I actually agree with you for once. So yeah, we're just finding out what the scores are. The big weekender is just listening to the points now. Stephen has put, I agree, big time. Yeah, definitely.
Back now, all three judges were in agreement, 98-92, which is, I think, your score as well, George.
Yay!
Because I had 97-93, so...
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Tommy's put, he's unsubscribing. Well, that's fine. You're leaving home at a young age. So, yeah.
No CBD sweets for you, Tommy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not. So, Ender, we'll see you in the Campbell-Hatton fight.
Campbell-Hatton fight. So, we're leaving this channel, so stay tuned. Come back for Campbell-Hatton's fight. And then we've got the big one, as far as I'm concerned, Taylor Jonas. After that.
And then followed by that, we've got Chisora versus Parker. And it's all go ahead because Chisora's mum said it's okay for him to fight. So on that note, we'll see you for the Campbell-Hatton fight. So thanks for tuning in, people. As you know, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk. If you're on Twitter, go over to JG's Fight Talk on there as well and check out the pinned tweet. There's a chance to win the CBD sweets. Follow the instructions on there. And Ender, we will see you soon.
So long, fall.
Oh,